what is a frame and what is the importance of having a frame of reference, a frame of perspective. And like I always do, I want to decolonize that a little bit. I want to share with us how maybe some non-helpful mindsets have leaked into that. So I have two images I'm about to show you, one with the picture frame around it, and then I'm going to move the frame. And you'll see that when we remove the frame, we see more of the image, okay? So this looks like a happy image of maybe Aunt Jemima, someone making pancakes, right? When we remove the frame, we can see that this Aunt Jemima character is actually chained to a table, right? And if we look even closer, we might see that this Aunt Jemima character is actually someone in blackface, right? So as we get to understand a picture more layers comes up. And for anyone not familiar with what blackface is, this is the practice of when white actors would color their skin and make gross caricatures of Black folks for comedy, to make fun of and to make caricature of Black folks. Here's another picture, not necessarily of anyone or any character we know. This looks like maybe any household in the evening. Some people eating, some people watching TV. And then when I remove the frame, we see two what seems to be children of color sewing this rug, right? This piece of art is actually from a whole series of pieces that talks about class, it talks about exploitation. And so the feeling we get with the frame is kind of neutral, and then the feeling we get without the frame is very different, right? So just notice what's coming up in your body, in your mind, as we looked at those two images. And so, what is the significance of a frame? Well, any frame, and we have many of them in our lives, is a type of vantage point. It sets our eyes, our mind, our spirit, and our attention to understand what's around us. What's within the frame gets attention, what's outside of the frame does not. So frames are very powerful. And you could imagine if key information is not in the frame, like the children we just saw in the last picture, then that frame is going to be not as far-reaching or not as complete, right? It's also a way to set a narrative or to tell a story, right? And identifying a problem is the first step to dismantling a system. So if the problem isn't even within the frame, then we have a short-sighted view, okay? Another way to understand a frame is to watch Kimberly Crenshaw's TED Talk. It's one of the most popular TED Talks, but she talks about intersectionality. That's the term that she coined. And she talks a lot about how if you are leaving other identities out of the frame, you're not going to be able to see the full person. Particularly, she was talking about the experience of being both Black and a woman. And so check out that TED Talk as she really breaks it down as how intersectionality is a frame in itself. Frames can help us, and limiting frames can be a disservice.